Some days call for a lot of coffee. Do you have days like that? I'm having a week like that. I live in a really old house. And we've been through the ringer over 30 years in this house. I'm pretty sure we've basically fixed everything. I'd like to say it's one of those cute old farmhouses. It's not. We're a train town. That's how we started. And so we're one of those little tiny migrant houses, like the workers that were building the tracks and stuff, that over 80 years or so, they added a room here and they added a part there. But then we bought it and because it all looked the same, but in reality, it was probably a flip. So yeah, we've had the gamut done, but apparently it still has one more thing to share. And I was doing a little laundry and it came, we have our laundry room's here and one of our bathrooms is right behind it. And the laundry went in and the water went out the bathroom. So you call the plumber guy, you know, because it's always a joy to deal with people who fix things for a living. And he brings this fancy machine in because he's a professional and sticks it down whatever he does. And I'm letting the husband handle it because at this point in my life, I just can't anymore. And anyways, the guy goes, okay, well, we're going to go find out where the plug is. It's probably got just plugged up. These old houses do that, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like listening in from the other room going, there's no way it's that simple. No way. And I'm like, all right. So I hear this, well, ooh, well, yeah, no. And I'm like, so apparently, because our house is so old and old houses get, like I said, we've replaced most of everything. It's like the incoming plumbing, literally, you see those cartoons when it's like a knot of plumbing. No, I kid you not. We had one of those. I have a picture somewhere. Anyways, he apparently could get his little snake thing through the toilet into the drain thing about that far. Not because it's plugged up right there, but because they just kind of jerry-rigged together the air vent. And so it literally goes up or down. It tees there. And so they couldn't get it to go around these corners and all that stuff. Now, when we had talked to the lady to set up this appointment, which after like 15 different plumbers finally got somebody that could somewhat come out, because this is like 80% of our house. It's one of our bathrooms. It's our washing machine room, our laundry room, and our kitchen. Luckily, however it happened, one of our other bathroom, our main bathroom, is on a different line. We're not sure how that happens, and neither was the plumber or the utilities company or the water company. Nobody knows. Surprise! And I know you're not here for this, but you know what? I've already been told I'm a whiner and I should be grateful to even have a roof over my head. So yeah, I'll get to listen to this because you might as well chime in with how selfish I am over needing somebody to talk to about this besides my son and my husband. All right. So sit there. Anyways, so we had told the lady, I think you need to send a camera out. We don't know where this line goes. We've never known. It's been 30 years. We've been trying to find it. You need to send somebody with the camera. Oh no, we know what we're doing. We're professionals. So of course they send the person with the snake and guess what he says? Well, they really should have sent somebody out here with a camera. Yep. Okay, so fast forward, we paid him because of course, even though he didn't provide what we needed, we have to pay him, and said, hey, we can get you in Tuesday morning, which is really interesting because they barely could get us in 3 days after we called just to have somebody come rotor it. So they're going to bring somebody in on Tuesday morning to see if they can get a camera down there where they couldn't get a snake, so a camera will go. And then they're going to try to find some pipe thing where they dig down and they hook into it, because that can't go wrong, and put a stand up, because that'll be in the middle of my backyard. You know that, right? And, oh, by the way, if they can hand dig it, it won't be that big of a deal. But if they have to bring in a machine, that'll be $5 grand. You know they're bringing in a machine, right? So anyways, I am not one of those people that when you're stressed, I bury myself in you know, stitching or stuff. I'm one of those people who sit and go, is it July yet? Please. So I've not got much done. Well, no, that's not true. I got a lot done, but it just, you know, I'm not productive. And so thank you for listening. Fast forward to minute number 6. Okay, let's get on to the stuff while you're here. Thank you for listening. Yes, I know I'm a whiner and I'm ungrateful for the house that I live in. I should be grateful because other people don't have homes. Dude, I just don't understand why people leave comments like that. I almost never bitch and complain. Almost never. And I left a post on my personal Facebook page and got lovely responses, but also got some really shitty ones. And I don't really understand why people do that. I mean, if I don't like what somebody says, I just move on. Why be mean? But okay, anyways, I needed to share that. And you're at my mercy. Don't worry, I'll put timestamps down below so that you can skip through that. And I'll mention it at the beginning, so hopefully you've already skipped to here. Okay, so I have a list because I actually do have a lot to share. And I have to keep an eye on my camera over here because... why, yes, I didn't have a battery charged either, because have I mentioned my life right now? So, but I do have my notes, and because I don't want to miss anything, because just because some people are real shits, most people are really awesome, and I have a few amazingly awesome people to shout out. Plus, I have my normal shout outs and all that, because I need to learn to be kind. I was told that on a previous video, the last video, that I really need to learn to be kind to my fellow stitchers, even though I'm doing shout outs and giveaways, and I spend most of my day answering questions and stuff. So I'm sorry that I'm not kind to my fellow stitchers. Can you tell it's been a month? Okay, so to be kind to you, did you guys all see this freebie from Heart and Hand? I can't remember if I showed this last month or not, but it's a freebie. So I mean, if you're copying it from here, I'll link it down below. I may have done it in the last one, but honestly, I don't remember. But isn't it cute? And so it's going to go in my 2024 pile of my smalls, because 2024 is going to be smalls, except for finishing up whatever I don't finish in 2023 because it's out to get me. And I bought something that I need to stitch next year that's big. So, but everything else is going to be little. You'll see. Okay, so if you don't have this little freebie, there we go. I'll link it down below, or if I forget, just leave a comment and I will hook you up, or look at Heart and Hand's stuff and they can hook you up. It's a free download. Okay, so that was my freebie of the thing. I wanted to make sure you guys had seen it. Again, I think I shared it, but I'm not positive. So speaking of, let's do gifts first. Brigitte, and I don't know how to pronounce her shop name, and I'm really sorry, Brigitte. Her name, I love that word, Brigitte. It's probably not pronounced that way, but I'm making you fancy. She sent me a message on Etsy. She had just come out with a new little bunny chart, and she gifted it to me, which is, I've already got a couple of her. She is the one that designed my little tiny flock of sheep, my little tiny one, and my mouse one, neither of which I have finished stitching or have worked on in a couple of months. Don't stress. Anyway, she gifted me her latest one because I was I was mentioning somewhere that our mama bunny had baby bunnies, and she's wild. And she sent me her chart, and I'm going to put in a picture here of what her stitching looks like finished, because she doesn't put a finished photo on her charts, but the chart looks like that. And that is her shop name and her Instagram name. So, but she has just adorable, adorable little charts, and I love her bunny charts. They are just so cute. I'm so excited over 2024 to stitch them, because sheep are my thing, but our wild bunnies just make my heart pitter patter. Everybody freaks out about the bunnies because they're going to eat your garden, and we've never had that kind of trouble with them. We usually have one female that ends up staying. They do the guys show up, you know, do the give me beer and date and move on, and and she stays, and then she chases everybody else away. And we've had that for all the years that we've lived here. A female shows up, she claims the property, and yeah, it's worked out great. So I do have a soft spot for bunnies. So I look forward to stitching that. So thank you, Brigitte, for gifting me that lovely chart. It's really adorable, and I will put her information down below. Purchases. I have another friend gift, but I'm gonna save her for a minute. I don't like these. I'm trying to be all grown up and pretty. Yeah, right. And so I put on a adult shirt. I really had a sarcastic shirt to put on, but it was putting me in a bad mood, so I had to take it off. Anyways, okay, purchase. This is a purchase, and this is why everything will be smalls in 2024 except for one, because did y'all see? Crocette Go came out with Summer in the City. This is the last one in her 4-part series. I've already stitched spring. There's a lady that keeps leaving me a comment about the white chart with the blue fabric that's usually behind me in the last 2 videos. The white chart with the blue fabric is Spring in the City by Crocette Go. And if you're talking about the white one over here, that one is Keep Calm and Cross Stitch, also by Crocette Go. So I did respond to your comment. I thought I did, but anyways, if you didn't see that they're both by Crocette Go. That one's Keep Calm, and the other one is Spring in the City. But yep, I picked this one up. I called her out on it. It was so funny because when she first started sharing teases, I said, I know what it is. It's Summer in the City. And she goes, how did you figure this out? Because it was just like this little teeny weeny penguin, like pelican thing. And I'm like, I know what it is because I'm obsessed. I'm a small fan. But anyway, so I got Summer in the City. I hope to finish up Fall in the City this year. Last year I did Spring in the City, and then 2025 will be Winter in the City, and I will have the whole set. And no, they won't match, but I don't care. But so I'm very excited over that. And if you've never stitched a Crocette Go chart, you're missing out. Her charts are delicious. They are super easy to stitch, super easy to follow. They're very creative, but my favorite part is they're very easy to follow, and she's a delight. And so I'm very excited about that, and I will put the link to her Etsy store of where you can get this in the drop down below. But who else is stitching it? Come on, you know you are. Okay, and then that was that one. But then let's see, stick with cross stitch because I have some miscellaneous other things I want to share. All right. I placed an order with 123 Stitch, and no floss can travel alone. So this happened. And so I have this one, the cat one, and one other one. I can't remember, but I have this one and the cat one and one other one to stitch. And so I picked up this one to stitch also. It is the Block Party by Hands On Design. It's called Mend. And again, I got it on 123 Stitch. And so I am terrified to put these together. Yeah. All right. I have to do a hold that thought. Do you ever have that moment of complete of utter panic? Normally when I finish a section, I turn it off or I stop it and then I save those videos because I don't want to lose. I mean, I would hate to do it like an hour's video and lose parts of it. So I hit close and it says, do you want to save? And of course I say yes and it downloads. And this time it didn't. I was like, but it saved it. I don't know. It was weird. While I'm waiting for this to download to verify that it saved, I want to give a shout out to Bonnie Rush. I think that's how you say your last name, Bonnie. But anyways, you're on Facebook, and while I was waiting, you sent me a post that changed my whole entire day. And it was just, she says, thought you could use this greeting, and it's just a have a beautiful morning, and it's a little poem. And you know what? You made my day. You changed my entire trajectory of how this day would go. Thank you so much. And that's why, as much as these people irritate me and I kind of vent a little bit, I recognize that I have wonderful friends, wonderful followers, and I am so appreciative and grateful for everything that I have and for everyone who is here and the support that you guys have given me. So as much as those people who dissed me hurt my feelings, I just want you to know that I do not think that's the majority, and I wouldn't be here if I thought that was the majority, and that I am here because I enjoy your company as much as I hope you enjoy my company. And between Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, y'all are, you know, my friends, and I don't have a lot of local friends, and you've met me online and you've met my personality, so you can understand how that goes bad. But I wanted to just follow that up with the fact that thank you, Bonnie, for the reminder. And I am grateful for everything that I have. It doesn't mean that adulting isn't hard and that this house hasn't exhausted me, but it doesn't also mean that I don't recognize you guys. And so thank you for being here and being kind. Let's get back to shopping, shall we? Okay, so I purchased, I'm going to do the gift. I have one more gift, but I'm going to do it last. And I do have shout outs and another giveaway and giveaway winners and all. There's a lot. This is going to be long because last month I didn't have that much to talk about. This month I have a whole bunch. This is what happens when you stress spend a little bit. Okay, let's make sure that we're still in focus, because it's always, you know, the funny part that is that in my monitor, it looks really, really dark. And then I play the video back and it's all nice and bright and cheery. And so, yeah, weird. I don't know. It's the way it works. Okay, I, on Facebook, found, what's her first name? Michelle. Michelle under the Woolen Willow. And she's not a cross stitcher. She works in wool. But she, I mean, we're all related, right? Cousins. We're cousins. That's what we are. Anyways, I follow her on Facebook and Instagram, and she makes the most adorable and pretty and dainty, and I just wool, homemade, not all of them are wool, but handmade items. So she makes like bowl fillers and strawberries and little pillows with sayings on them and stuff like that. And I like her vibe. I like how she writes, and you know, she seems like a very nice person via her writing. And but she posted the other day that she had some flower bowl fillers, and I was like, I kind of need those in my life. And I've never bought stuff like this before. So I've always, do you ever get hung up in that? I could make that, and I probably could anyways. But at some point you need to go, life is too short. No matter if I could make it or not, I'm just going to, you know, let somebody else make it and do their thing. And what attracted me to her channel was she made these, excuse you, motorcyclist. She made these strawberries with these little silver vintage handles in them, and they're on my wish list. I'm going to get one of them. I just need a place to put it and display it. And it just, I was like, I need that in my life. So I went and checked her out. She had these flowers, these bowl fillers, and I had to get them. But first I got to show you her card, okay? She wrote a lovely message on the back, but look at her card. Isn't that the cutest thing ever? With the little paper clip, handmade paper clip on top. I mean, I'm sure I could figure that out, but the fact that that was included, I mean, see, life's too short. I'm just going to buy the stuff. I'm going to buy, if you hand make things, you need to hook me up, because I want little pretty decorative things all over my room that make me smile besides my own crap. And so I'm going to start collecting this stuff because I need more things to dust. And anyway, I saw the purple. I saw the purple and I went stupid. Anyways, look at this. Okay, hold on. There we go. Isn't it the cutest thing ever? It's just a little fabric like flower with a little squishy in the middle and a little button and stuff. But I was fascinated with this. And her fabric choice, look at that outer fabric. But I saw she had a purple one. The ones that she showed online look like little daisies. And I thought, well, I'm going to get one of those. And then I saw purple. And yeah, that happened. So I got two. They're really reasonably priced. These are only $5. And I was like, are you sure? Because they're only $5. That's a lot of work for $5. And so I got two of those. And so I got this package and I was like, that's a little big for two. So I opened the package and she had sent me two more. Aren't they cute? I'm so excited for these. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. They're supposed to be bowl fillers, but I almost feel like I could use them as pin cushions. Would that be like awful? Is that wrong? Because they're not listed as pin cushions. They're listed as bowl fillers. But look at the colors. Rich fabric. Oh, I love fabric. If I had room, I would quilt. And the best part to me is the colors all go together. Did you love that? But anyways, that's Michelle. Thank you, Michelle. I mean, you don't watch, I'm sure, any of my stuff. And I still have this to put on Instagram. My bad. She didn't ask me to, but you know, I like to shout people out. But thank you so much again to Michelle for the lovely gift, Under the Woolen Willow. But I have to show you one more thing that she included. And she didn't include it for me. She includes it for her business. But it came beautifully wrapped in this tissue paper, right? Well, I gotta show you this tissue paper because can y'all see what's all over it? That's right, sheep. So you know I'm keeping the tissue paper too. But it was a beautiful handmade products. I feel like I got way more than my money worth for them, and I can't wait to order more. I'm gonna get one of the strawberries. I'm trying to feel worthy to the strawberry, and I can't wait to display these. And I just I journal, and so it's going. See, I have a notebook that I use for all of my stitching, and so that is going right into my notebook to mark my page because I was using a scrap piece of paper and now I don't have to. So thank you again, Michelle, so much for not only the beautiful things that you made and I bought, but the gift. You really didn't have to do that, but I'm appreciative and I will display it and share it because they're beautiful and I love your work. So thank you so much. Okay, so that was Michelle's, and then I'm going to show you one more shopping thing because Instagram made me do it. Yep. I've been seeing little tiny, little embroidery, little tiny, these things, and I've had these in my Amazon cart for probably a year and a half now, and never bought them because I was like, no, what am I going to do with them? You know, yeah, and then everybody started popping up with these cute little things, and so I can't be left behind. You guys, I haven't even redone that jewelry case that Instagram made me do. But what do? I buy more because I'll get that done. But anyway, so I went over to Amazon and they had the circle ones that I've been seeing, these little circle ones. But they also had these oval ones. And so I bought a mix, and I'll leave the link down below. It is to my Amazon shop, but if you want, I'll leave the title so you can copy and paste it if you don't want to use my affiliate link with Amazon. I don't know why people are squeamish about that, because it buys me coffee because I need more, and it doesn't cost you anything. But if you don't want to, doesn't hurt my feelings. I always provide all the information so you don't have to. So I will leave it. But they come with all different shapes and sizes. I think somewhere in here there's a square one. Yep, and there's even a square one. So I wanted to try them out so I knew which ones I liked the most, and so I got them. So Instagram, stop it! Stop it! I have so many projects. It's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. It's never gonna get done. And I don't care. I'm just gonna buy the stuff. I'm buying it. So I'm gonna be not making any of those, even though I really, really want to, because that's how I roll. And yeah, all right. So now to my super duper duper happy mail. Not that anyone's is more or less, depending on how much you gave me, because that's rude. Don't do that. It doesn't matter. But my gratefulness, I consider I have built a friendship with Paula at Puntini, and I just adore her. I go on and on about her, and it's not because I get anything. She's just nice. And she does this for other people, so it's not like I'm I'm that special or anything. But I have felt like I have an Italian really friend, and she is in trouble, big trouble, because she won't let me buy anything. And I almost had it last time when she posted her Biscornus, the little fancy pin cushions in the seat. So I'm like, off to Etsy, click, buy, boom, got it. Then I get a message. You have to check your mail first. So I'm trying, darn it. But anyways, she was right that I needed to check my mail, because in my mailbox was this huge package. And did y'all see the last one? Yeah, she made, yeah, And so I was like, what did you do? And she sent me the pincushion chart. See this? You guys have seen this. If you haven't, you need to run and get it. And it comes with if you buy the paper copy, it comes with the buttons. She also offers PDFs. I've used her PDFs as giveaways before. I've of course purchased them. And I have this one in PDF too, because I tried to buy it. But anyways, she had sent me this, and because I'd never made these before and I'd seen them all over the place, and I'm like, oh, I should make one of those, but I'm scared of them. And everybody keeps telling me they're very, very easy, but I'm like, look at the angle. I'm scared. But I saw this, and I have to French knot all those flowers, right? Because that has to happen. So anyway, she sent me this, and of course, being her over the top, amazingly generous self, she sent me the pins that go with it, and you can buy, there it goes. You can buy I don't know if you can buy the buttons separately. I don't think so, but you can buy the pins, and she came out with a new line of heart pins. They steal my heart. These people that do polymer clay, I don't know how your fingers do all that little stuff. It's amazing. But anyway, so I got that, and I'm like, thank you so much. I'm going to do this. This is, I was going to say this is my 2024 for 2024, but when I finish one of the other ones I'm working on, I'm going to just start on these, because I want to, in 2024, do her seasonal houses when I pick them up. And so I'm going to use the same fabrics and all that kind of stuff. So I was really excited. Thank you, Paula. I've already gushed. She sends me, here you go, and I send her 2 pages of, you you are so awesome, because she is, and she's so kind. And again, she does, I'm not special. She does this to other people too. She just is very kind. And so I'm like, okay, so now I'm thinking I got to get the houses because I want them to go with the pin cushions that match the themes, and I'm going to match the fabric because I'm matchy. And so I'm going through the stuffing in this envelope, and yeah, see, these were in it. So aren't they pretty? I don't even like to stitch houses, and I already had this on my stitch list. I actually have a lot of houses next year on my, apparently I like houses and I just don't mentally know it yet. But aren't these awesome? And these were on my list because I have to do those flowers. So this is her spring. Let's see, probably doesn't matter which order. This is her summer. I have poppies in my yard. I have tulips in my yard. I actually have pink tulips in my yard, and I actually have red poppies in my yard. So that was kind of cute. I have sunflowers in my yard. And so that's the fall, autumn one. And then I don't have these because I don't know if they'd grow in Montana or not. I'm not even sure. I think it's like a crocus, and they do grow here. That could be wrong. I don't know. What is this flower? It does not say on the chart what that flower is, but I have to stitch it too because that's going to happen. And so there is winter. So I'm like, I am set and I can't wait. But don't you think, now I got something special to share. But so I dug through all my stash already because, you know, I have to kit it up now. Like the second that I opened that package, I was already on 1, 2, 3 stitch ordering floss. Yeah. And so I'm ready to go on that. And so I dug through all my stash, and I have more fabric coming because I didn't have the right one for summer, but I'm going to go through these, and I'm going to match the houses and the pin cushions and do them on the same piece of fabric. And if you saw my Instagram, you kind of saw how my idea on this. And so there's that, but, oh, she's not done because, no, she's not done. Because here's the way Paula works. Paula is like, I'm pretty sure, what did I do with it? Oh, there it is. Okay. She doesn't just do this stuff for her friends. And that's why I'm saying that if you think it's because I'm special, she's just this way. But no, she does things for people she doesn't even know around the world. And the reason I say that is because in that package was a complete set, including the buttons for the pin cushions and the pins, that I will be able to give away at a future date. I'm not doing it this month because I don't have my crap together and I don't want to short it. The other thing is I'm almost at 10,000 on Instagram, and so I'm hoping to have a really big giveaway for that. And so I'm kind of thinking I'll put this in there, but I may do a July, you know, celebration thing. You never know. I may do a mid-June, hey, I got a hair up my butt, let's do a big giveaway. And so my thinking with this is because I like to give away for international, and I don't want to spend the money on freight in the sense that I want you to benefit from it, not just have the postal system benefit from it. And shipping overseas, y'all know how that is. And somehow you guys overseas people get charged this duty or something. I would love to know how to make sure I pay enough so that you never have to pay that, because I see that all the time and I would just ruin it. But anyway, so I'm kind of thinking what I'm going to do is a gift certificate to Paula's, not a gift certificate, well, sort of a gift certificate, but I'm thinking I'll do this with a digital giveaway to match it. It won't come with the pins and the buttons, but at least you can get the charts too. So like this would be for the USA, and then international would get at least the charts. So I have some things to work out because I want you guys to all be included, and I could ship it over international, and I might figure that out too. But as you can tell, I don't know. But anyways, thank you so much, Paula, for your kindness and your generosity, not only to me, but to my viewers and my followers. 2024 is going to be This year I've been giving away all PDFs as best that I can because I really wanted to get going on this giving thing. Next year, because I have been given so many delightful things from so many delightful designers, that I'm going to be giving away a lot of paper plus PDF things. So I'm very excited about it. And so stay tuned for that. And thank you again, Paula, so much. All right. That was, what do I got here? That's my shout out to Bonnie. You're awesome, Bonnie. Thank you for changing my day. Paula, Michelle, Brigitte for the chart. Everybody, thank you so much. All right, we are half an hour in and we haven't even got to my stuff. But the hauls are fun, right? Okay, let me pause and make sure this does not get lost because that would be tragic. The rest of it doesn't matter, but this part would be really sad. And I'll be right back because I have a ton of whips to get through. Okay, not a ton. 6. But I talk. So there's that. And then I also have the shout outs, the giveaway winners. And then after all of that, if you are still here, crazy people, I have some plant stuff to share. Not plant-based eating, although I can share that too if you're interested, but like actual living plants. A new obsession may have happened. So I'll be right back. Let the sun shine in. Okay. Coffee's kicking in, can you tell? Do I look grown up? Yeah. Whip time! Yeah. I have things to share. I really put some time into the stitches that I did. That normally I have like a smaller section that I work on and then I get a whole bunch of stuff done. But this month has been a bumpy road. And so I thought if I could just get a whole bunch stuff done on a few charts, that would keep me up to date with the other charts that I haven't been stitching on. That's my theory and I'm sticking to it. Am I even in the, I have a secret project. The threaded needle. Threaded needle? She just did something and it inspired me. So that's next month. Anyways, so I put in a whole bunch of mileage on just a few charts. The first one is, I got to get some Post-it notes. Dollar Tree doesn't sell cheap Post-it notes anymore. Anybody else cheap? Yeah. But because I can't remember. I think this is Summer in the Garden or something. I don't know. I call it Sheep Girl or Girl with Sheep or something like that. Anyways, this is by Tralalala and the chart looks like this. And I am almost done with this one. It looks like this. It's so cute. I love it. I don't know if you can tell that I French knotted the flowers, the growing flowers, the flowers in her basket, and I French knotted the sheep and the flowers and the grass. And so all that I have left is I have to figure out a quote because it's alphabet and I don't do alphabets. I already know my ABCs. And so I have to French knot the sheep and figure out a quote. And then this one is done. And I love it. And then I have to go buy more of her patterns because I love them too. But I think I added a color into this. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, I put all of my changes and everything on there. And then when I complete a chart, I will put everything that I changed onto my website, MousePotatoDesigns.com. So if you ever have questions, it should be written there, or just send me a message, leave me a comment, something like that. And I'll get them answered. Yes. Here, come here. What's the matter? What happened? Well, come here. What happened? Are you pitiful? You want to come say hello to your people? Ugh. He got in trouble. And so he's pouting. Aren't you? Say hello. Okay, hold on. No! Ready? Go. I know. Oh, sorry. Rude. Okay, so that one's going to be definitely a finish next month. Definitely a finish. And then the next one that I have on top, no particular order because that would require planning. And you're sitting on my shirt. And yeah, there we go. Is Crocette a Go-Go's Fall in the City. We just talked about this earlier. Woo! And I have much better photos on my Instagram and stuff. Although it's hard because mine are hooked to scroll frames. And so I can't do those really pretty, everybody always shares their stuff. And I'm not taking my stuff off the hoops in between to take a photo of them. That's not happening. But they do like with their little floss and their beads and stuff. And mine are never that pretty. But I'd like them to be. Anyways, so Fall in the City by Crocette a Go-Go. And I got the entire top row done. And it is not how she charted it. Well, it is, the houses are how she charted it. Just the colors. These are all of the called for colors. I just moved them around. The only not called for color is that I changed the bright white, which is the roofs, the windows, all of that, to a more creamy color because it was like shocking on this fabric to do white. See what I mean? It's like, wah! You know, so I had like these weird white outlines on things. I'm like, oh, I can't stitch this whole thing looking like that. And so I changed the white out and I think it's just so cute. I changed the color of the two purple houses to purple because it's my favorite. And the funny part is, okay, if you've been following me, you know, I've been struggling with the red that she chose for this chart because her fabric is a neutral fabric. And so all the colors look great on it. I have to be weird and pick a, what are you thinking color of fabric. And the red just looked like bright fuchsia pink on it. Well, weird. And I even did like a floss toss where people helped me pick out different reds and all of this stuff. Fun fact. When I did the purple houses in here, the call for red all of a sudden matched. So it must have just needed that tone in it. And yeah, but all of the flowers, and again, I'll do photos. All of the flowers are French knots. I changed where colors went, and then I did add flowers to that last house, even though it wasn't called for. I don't know. I don't know what happened. She has flowers in all of this side, but there was no flowers in any of these, so I just added some flowers there. They were an afterthought. Otherwise, there should be a flower box there with them, but oh, well, whoops. So I have the whole top done, and I am not doing the top border because if y'all saw my spring in the city and I totally screwed that alignment up, I left the top off so that the whole thing would match. And so I'm going to do that on all four of them so they sort of match. But yeah, so what did I do? Oh, here. That's how far I got on Fall in the City, which I think is pretty good considering when I started stitching, I only had this little front piece done. And so I got all that done this month. Go me! I'm really dreading the cocoa house at the end because I did that first on Spring in the City because it's so big and I was really glad I had done it. But I decided to start at the top this time, and so that'll be where I end, and whew, that's a lot of stitching. Okay, next one. Next one is not that one. It's this one. Okay, this is actually the last one I worked on this month, and because it gave me fits. Okay, what I stitched, I'm stitching the whole series of these. Okay, composition floral 1, 2, and 3. All right, but I'm doing it as the whole piece, right? And I don't know if you can see how she has it charted to hook them together. If not, and I don't want to do the whole thing because I don't want to get in trouble for giving it away, but somebody asked me about it, and so I'm going to flash it. Woo! She provides instructions on how to put it all together. Here's where I ran into a problem. Actually, two problems. One, I always have to make it my own, and so apparently French knots weren't enough. So I wanted to change the inner borders around, but here's what I ran into the biggest problem with. When I printed a copy of these, I print them out because I'm a visual learner, if you will. I have to see where I'm going. Okay, so to just do bits and pieces of the chart, that confuses me and I struggle with stitching it that way. So I printed them all out, cut them all out, and taped them together, kind of like a pattern, if you will. Something they do that. Anyways, I don't know. But all of her charts, out of the three, two of the charts are sized exactly the same. One of them is not. And I could not make it work. I could not visualize seeing how these chunk of charts fit into this puzzle, and it wasn't gluing in and all of this stuff. Well, I finally kind of figured it out, and I'm not even going to tell you what I figured out because again, I don't want anybody to, I don't want to get in trouble for any of that. But whoops, wait, we still need that. Anyways, I figured it out. So I got them all taped together anyways, I don't like the borders, how the borders are done on the inside. You see the big gaps and then there's these solid lines in between them. I don't want to do that. I want mine to be in dotted lines and I want each box to be separate from itself. And so, of course, because that makes it really, really difficult. I spent 2 weeks working on this. So here is what I've got done. And no, I don't have the damn house done yet because I don't like stitching it. It's not fun. Leaving those gaps out, that's hard on my brain. But I do like how this is turning out, and it's all French knots. But all I got done was the butterfly this month. But do you see the way the border is? I did mine dashed, and then I have it as a separate box. And then that light gray thread line that's in there, that's where the original line, gosh, I hope, is supposed to go. So I'm we'll see if it works. I'm betting that I'm going to get to the bottom box of this and it won't fit. So anyways. But that's what I got done. Now, the little tiny buds in between, I don't know if you can see those. Those are not called for. I add them because I added them to the top also. And again, I have much better photos, but I love these colors. I do wish I had stitched it in purple. That lady that stitched this in purple, you had the right idea. I would have loved to have seen this in purple, but I think you could do, somebody asked me, well, I don't like pink. Well, I'm not a huge pink fan either. Ignore the shirt. But there was something about the way the colors worked on this chart that I like the pink. But I think you could do any colors. You just need 3 tones of it. So, or like I told one lady, I said, even though it's got a butterfly in it, I think you could change the butterfly to a moth. And you could turn this into a fall and do all colors of fall. But if you wanted to leave it like a spring, you could do all colors of spring. Each flower could be like a different color. I think that would have been beautiful too. There's so many things you could do it. I might restitch a lot of these little smalls, the sections, and try it with the different colors. But anyways, that is Jardin Privé's Composition Florals 2. I also have 1 and 3. And again, we'll be stitching it out as one piece. And so I didn't make very good progress on that one, but at least I have the problem figured out. So I should be able to, woohoo, next month. That is my plan. All right, now my fun one. I love this chart. Don't whisker me. What the heck? Can you guys, yeah. Okay, next one I have is sheep, and holy sheep. There's sheep everywhere. I love it. It's a Jardin Privé, Histoire des Moutons. I think it means story of the sheep. Something like that. Anyways, this chart makes me smile the whole way through. Y'all, it's cute. It's funny. There's a sense of humor in this chart that just speaks to my soul, and I adore it. And again, it's ABCs. There's ABCs all over the place, and I'm not stitching any of the ABCs, but these are the sections I'm working on because I'm weird and it's bits and pieces. But I am doing, I have the first 3 charts, but I am thinking I'm going to get that 4th chart and finish it if I have space, so that I have them all together, because somebody gave me a really good idea on how to change the spinning girl, because I don't know. I don't know. I may get lazy and just stitch it. But anyways, so these are what I'm working on. And of course, there's French knots everywhere. If you don't like French knots, you hate my channel. Why are you here? Because they're French knots this year. And next year, I have figured out how to do some specialty stitches for leaves and some other things. And this is going to get crazy. And I'm excited for it because I like my charts to look like they are mine. I have nothing wrong with people who stitch them exactly the same as what the chart is called for. Good for you. There are many charts. There's a few charts that I have done that with, but I have a desperate need in my soul to put my mark on it. And so, yeah, and it's usually not in colors. It's usually in adding weird stuff, but this is what I've got done on this one so far. And oh my gosh, I love it. I love it so, so much. But what I stitched this month was this flower, this sheep, and yes, those are all French knots in that sheep. It was supposed to be filled in with pink, but I didn't pay attention to that till I was done, and it was like, ah, whoops, my bad. So yeah, ignore that. And then I did this part, and then I had these sheep. You remember counting sheep, right? 1, 2, 3, put me to sleep. What? That's not the saying. I'm kind of tempted to put 1, 2, and 3 on the side of these sheep. What do you think? Should I do it? I mean, I think it would kind of go well with it. Maybe that would help inspire me for a quote to go in that box. Because I haven't decided if the quote will be one big quote through the whole chart, or if each section will have its own quote. But I did kind of think that'd be funny, like 1, 2, 3. Because it could either be for counting sheep or sheep races. If you go to fairs, have you guys ever seen the sheep races? You know, stuff like that. I just thought it'd be funny. So what do you think? What should I do? Should I add the 1, 2, 3 or get over myself? But yeah, this is Story of Sheep, Histories des Moutons, 1, 2, 3 is what I'm stitching. This is what I've got so far. And yes, there are French knots in that flower too. And it's so cute. Look at his little ears. It's like, wee! Can you just see that? Yeah, it's okay. I like charts like that stitch really fun for me because I have a story in my head as I'm stitching along, and I just like it. It's cute and sucker. They make me smile. Can you tell? All right, I have 2 more. Hang in there with me. I'm going to try to let this just keep recording, but I'm going to keep checking on it. All right, next one that I am also going to have a finish next month on. I changed one floss color on it from a DMC to a fancy floss because it was for the grass, and I think it needs to be variegated because it's really chunky, and the house will be variegated because I'm switching the color out for that also. But if, again, on Instagram and Facebook, you guys have seen that. But this is the other one that I worked on. Lana is stitches through the years. This is Strawberry Harvest. And that's what the chart looks like. I got a space. And then, like I said, all I have left to do next month is the grass, the fill in of the house, and that one little baby sheep there on the little mound of grass. So, and oh gosh, you know, I love these. And then she put out a drum that's along this same line. And so I've never stitched a drum and I'm scared of them. And I'm going to have to get that chart too because it's beautiful. I've never seen anything like it. I've seen drums, but I just love how she does her stuff. And I can't get enough. But this is what I've got so far done on Strawberry Harvest and my little sheep. I do have I'll do a pop-up quick here. I do have a Quickie tutorial on how I French knotted that big sheep if you want to see up close on that. but isn't it pretty? I love it. I can't wait to be done with the series. I can't wait to stitch it all. I have them all. I need a year of Lana. That's what I need. And she's so nice, you guys. I've had the best luck with designers. There's a couple that I will never stitch their charts again. I don't find them to be incredibly friendly, or that they in general give a flying fig about the people that stitch their charts unless they're their friends. And so I just won't stitch their charts anymore. You're welcome. But the ones that I stitch, for the most part, I'm diehard, because they're just, even if I didn't stitch them, they're just incredibly kind people. These are people that leave me messages, comments, likes, that kind of stuff, and it's not even their chart. I mean, they're just kind. And I think that you should never, once you become a designer and a big name, I think the worst thing that you can do is become a big name. So, because it took us to get you there. I'm just saying. And then I had one lady who I loved her charts, and I wanted to do a giveaway for them, but she was like, "Oh no, I don't do things like that. You know, there's so much theft, and I don't trust that." And I'm thinking, I have Crocette Gogó and Jan Nix and Puntini and stitching all of these relatively large designers that are working with me, and you're about this big and you don't want free advertising for, okay. And so, yeah, so I run into that too. But anyways, I just wanted to say that the reason that you hear about these same designers over and over again is because I love their stuff and stitch that over and over and over again. But I'm always on the hunt for new designers. And so please, if you know of them, hook me up, especially the smaller the better. Although big names are fine too. But I really think that there's room enough for all of us, and we have time enough to at least like each other's stuff the best that we can. And I recognize that you can't do it all, and I can't either, but the more you do, the better it is. So if you know of a designer, this month's designer was a new to me designer. I've not stitched one of her charts yet, though my cart is full, and I will be stitching her in 2024 because she has a lot small. And then June's designer I had never heard of before either, and somebody pointed her out to me, and so I haven't stitched any of hers, but I do have my cart full of her stuff. So I share it. I don't care who you are, I'll share you. So I was really interested when that lady was like, and I'm like, all right. Anyways, last whip that I have to share, and I mean, I even pay for the stuff if they'll let me. Most of them don't, which is wonderful, but I don't know. I don't understand the not wanting free advertising. I don't understand that. Anyways, this is the last one that I worked on this month. Chart on Privé. Can you tell? Now she I don't hear much from her either, but you know, you got your year. But anyways, I love this chart. Love it. And I love this chart. It's so cute. It's why when I saw Tiny Town by Heart, oh, well, you know, Tiny Town charts, I'm going to get them, because this one said, they're little houses. You whip through those in no time. And I went, okay, I'll order all of those. So that's going to happen eventually. But anyways, I got this far on it. So I got this whole row done. Ignore the Q. I have to rip it out. It's wrong. And some lady said, just fudge it. I can't, because it's a spacing problem, not a cross stitch problem. So I'll just take it out next month. And this is that shiny, awful to stitch on material, that opalescent, but it's so cute. I love it. And it doesn't look bright white here, but everything just pops off of it. And yeah, this is how far I have gotten on here, and all of the windows and stuff get left open so that the sparkle can shine through. And then I added the little bumblebee because it didn't call for the bumblebee. So I added that. But I love this one. It's a fast stitch. I think I probably could have stitched that in 2 weeks straight, maybe even less. But I didn't, because I've spread it all out. In 2024, I'm going to try one at a time. Boom, 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 boom. That's my plan. But that's what the chart looks like. And so next month I will finish that row, and then I just have 2 more months to go. and I love it. It's adorable. She has beautiful, beautiful charts, and I have really, really, really enjoyed stitching her stuff. Yeah, that is all of my whips. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to insert a piece of video here that does the shout outs and the giveaway information, because like I said, all of a sudden the end of the month showed up and I was not prepared for it. And so I got the kiddo did the drawing before he went to work this morning, and I will get all that shoved into this video, and I will crop that in. Okay. So I'm going to go do that, and then I will be right back with a cross stitch wrap up. And then if you would like to stay and see what I've got left, I have succulents, microgreen chat, garden chat, that kind of stuff. And if you don't want to watch it, you'll know exactly where you can go and stop. Also, don't forget, I do chapters in the description, so you can just click to the parts that you like. All right, I'll be right back. And I'm back. So this will probably sound a little different because I'm on my computer, but I wanted to do my May Flosstube shout outs. Mission Stitch, Richter Stitcher, Emir the Irish Stitcher, 14 Count Ada Girl, Floss Bosson Cousins, B&E Stitchery, Quaint Rose Needle Arts, Kenny Stitches, Lemonade Stitching, and Just Stitching Inc. I hope you'll pop over and check out all their floss tubes. Their links will be down in the description box below, so that you can just click on them and pop right on over there, and then click their subscribe, say hello, and if you feel like it, tell them I sent you, but it doesn't really matter. I just want you to check out new people. Okay, so next up we have Instagram. Instagram shoutouts this month are Cross Stitch Midwife, The Boy Stitcher, Sin Pope, Lineology, love that, Julian Stitches 16, Cheryl, oh my goodness, Japinga? Oh, I'm sure I butchered that. Sorry, Cheryl. Threaded Needle 2022, Lounsbury Kathy, Old and Crazy 1971, I'm right there with you, 1972. And Crossing Satberry Creek. I hope you will pop over to their Instagrams and give them a check out and a like and follow and all that kind of good stuff. See what they're stitching up today. Again, these will all be in the description box below. They will be clickable links, not just their @ symbol link, so that you should be able to just click on one of them and follow them over there. Yeah, give them a holler, give them a shout out, whatever. I hope you guys will be giving each other shout outs. I'm having a lot of fun finding new people and old favorites too to shout out. Be sure that you leave a comment if you think of somebody who you think needs to be shouted out, or heck, leave me your Instagram or your floss tube in the comments, and I will take a leak. I will take a look and get you on a list to add you to our Instagram or Flosstube shoutouts. I really like sharing everybody, and I hope that you're finding new wonderful people to follow just like I am. All right, next up, let's go check out who won. Yes, that giveaway. One moment. And the winners of our May Samplers and Primitives. 3 charts. Well, one person gets 1 chart. Anyways, the winners are Allison, Brenda, and Charlotte. If you guys will, I believe you're all on Instagram. If you guys will all send me a private message on Instagram, or if you follow me on Facebook, you can do it that way too. I know at least 2 of you, I believe, follow me on Facebook. Send me, you'd like to know what to do, right? Send me your name, your full name, your email address, and pop over to Samplers and Primitives Etsy store and pick out a chart and send me the name of that chart. All of the information will be down below with the directions and that kind of stuff, because apparently I have not had enough coffee to make voiceover work. It shouldn't be that difficult. Anyways, I'm so glad you guys participated this last month. Thank you to everybody that participated. English is going to be difficult today. Participated this last month, and I look forward to seeing how next month goes. Thank you so much to Regina at Samplers and Primitives for kindly and generously donating the prizes for this month. I just think her charts are delightful, and I need to go click buy on my chart so I can get some of them added to my 2024 stitching, because they are really wonderful. I hope you guys enjoy them too. All right, pop down to the description. You can read through the directions in case that came out as total mud to see what you need to send me. And yeah, we'll get right into the next giveaway. And this is June's giveaway designer, Carolyn Robbins of Carolyn's Needle Arts. Like I said, English is not going to be my first language today. Contacted me and wanted to be one of the designers that for one of my giveaways, and June is the month that I picked for her. She kindly said that she wanted to donate a couple of charts to the thing I have going this year. I'm not sure what to call it, year of giveaways, something like that. And I was thrilled because her stuff is very, very unique. And in my opinion, I haven't seen anything that looks like it. There are a lot of smalls. Her finishing is amazing. And I have a whole cart loaded of her stuff, but I'm not sure if she gives designer, decorator, finishing tips for her pillows and stuff, but she uses the most amazing trims. But you need to check out her charts, and her Etsy will be linked down below. As normal, we'll have our 3 PDF winners. You guys, doesn't matter where you live, anywhere in the world, as long as you have an email address that she will be able to send you your winning chart in. Just leave a comment on this video on my Instagram or on my Facebook or on all 3 if you want 3 chances to win. And if you stick it out to the end, there's actually a 4th way that you could win. English optional. But I do recommend that you check out her Instagram, which is also linked down below, and her Etsy store. Her charts are just so sweet. They hit me as really great bowl filler type charts, or if you have just that little space. But I think a lot of these you could also do as like interchangeable seasonal things that don't scream spring. You know what I mean? So thank you so much to Carolyn for donating charts this month and contacting me. That was so wonderful. If anybody else knows of a designer that would like to participate in my giveaways for the year, I did offer to pay for hers, and she was adamant that she wanted to gift them to you guys. And I'm so grateful. That's very kind. And so everybody, all the information will be down below to how to enter the giveaway, but it's really simple. If you just leave a really kind comment, you're in, unless you don't want to be in, and then just say, don't enter me, or, whatever. But it's a giveaway for wonderful charts. Everybody wants in. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions about any of the giveaways, remember the winners will be drawn at the Flosstube at the end of June. It's the only way I do my giveaways. If you get contacted in any other way, ignore it, report it, whatever, or go to Instagram, click on MousePotatoDesigns, and send me a private message and say, hey, somebody contacted me and said I won something. And then I can tell you it wasn't me, it's spam, because I don't contact the winners. I just keep tagging you on Instagram, which brings me to another point that if I'm only giving 2 weeks for the winners to contact me back this month. I have really struggled of getting hold of people who have won. And so, which is really weird considering that I kind of like spam you all over the internet. And so you're active on your pages, you've signed up to be part of a giveaway, I tag you in that giveaway, and then I don't hear anything back. And so to not stress me out, and to be kind and respectful to the designers that are offering us these kind gifts, I'm giving you 2 weeks to contact me, and then I will draw another winner. Because it's just, I mean, I get that we're all busy, but everybody has 30 seconds to check for a chart and send an email. And so, yeah. All right. If you have any comments or questions, let me know down below. And again, thank you, Carolyn, for being the designer of June. And we will see you at the end for winners for June, at the end of June for, oh, I'm going to get coffee. All right. Back to the second part of this video. I'll talk to you in a bit. Okay, so that was the shout outs. That was the giveaway information. Thank you so much to everybody that played along with my May giveaway. I cannot wait to delve into June and the future to see what other giveaways will come up. If you're a designer and you'd like to give away stuff, or you'd like some free advertisement, hook me up in the messages. I'm looking for PDF charts though, so I would prefer designers that do PDF charts. It just makes it easier on me and on the international people if they're PDF charts. But thank you so much for participating, and I hope that that sends some traffic to a bunch of people that are newer or smaller. And I like to do it. It's fun. Okay. Really? Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Anyways, that was it. That's all of my cross stitching stuff that I have for this month. I mean, you know, I got some done, and June hopefully will be better. And yeah, so if you are only here for the cross stitching and my whining, just kidding, I put it at the beginning so you had to watch it. No, there's chapters. You saw the warning. If you're just here for the cross stitching and the shout outs and the giveaways and stuff, I totally understand, and I thank you for being here. This is where you can exit stage left, and because that's it. That's all the cross stitching and that kind of stuff. And now I'm going to go on to some other hobbies that I have, because that's my MousePotatoDesigns channel, is all of my hobbies and crafting and that kind of stuff. So yeah, and a lot of this was asked for, and that's why there's an elephant in the room. And so that's why I'm sharing it here. I do have a living whole food plant-based YouTube that I don't use very often, but these are more hobbies than they are about my eating and health journey. So that's why I'm sharing them here. All right. And no, I'm not gonna do a different video on it either. I may, if there's an interest in seeing more, I might break it out into something, but this is just a long-winded share, and then I probably won't talk about it again. But so yeah, if you're only here for the cross stitching, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I'll see you next month. And we're moving into crafting. Or no, we're not. It's not crafting. It's not crafting. Okay, so if you saw my Instagram and Facebook, I know I say that a lot, but that's where everything goes first, because I get excited and I have to show everybody right now. I have no patience to wait. It's very, I'm a great secret keeper. I just don't like to. But anyways, I was in Walmart, and they got all their gardening stuff set out, and I don't need any more hobbies. I don't know if you can see I have a lot, and I've always wanted one of these, and I thought, well, you know what? I'm gonna buy one. Dang it! And I found this cute little succulent. Isn't it cute? It's cute, right? I mean, it's a little prickly looking. I mean, it's not prickly, but like it's got little baby succulents on it, and it was all by itself, and nobody loved it, and I had to bring it home because it was all alone. And so I brought it home. But the problem is that while I was wandering around Walmart, it said, lonely. And I said, I know, I'm taking you home so you won't be lonely anymore. And it goes, friends. And I went, yes, we will be friends forever, as long as I can keep you alive. And it went, no, stupid, go back and get some more. So this may have happened, and I may have gone back and got this, and because some lady told me that it's cheaper to buy them this way and take it apart, but I've already killed one. But so I bought that, right? And that's friends, right? Okay, well, I may have bought this one. It was, you know, it's a different kind. I didn't have one like it, so you know, I had to get that one too. And then I saw this one, and look at that. Isn't it cute? Oh my God, look at this little pudgy little, look at it. It likes me the most. It's growing really well, so it's my best friend right now. And then I was like, well, those are very cute. I don't need more. I'm gonna do all this stuff, and then this one was over there going, but I'm alone in my pack of 20. So I got that one. Well, see, those were all little ones, right? So I kind of wanted like something more established. I'm a professional now. I bought one, and so I might have got this one too. Yeah. But yeah. And so, last but not least is these were all ones that grew up, and I thought, well, I have seen them dangle, right? You've seen those women vases, they've got their faces and then the succulents come out of the, yeah, this happened. And these will grow, I guess, to be really long if I don't kill it. So that happened. So that's what I've got so far on succulents, because this one made me do it. But here's where it doesn't stop. Because, okay, so I bought this one, right? Cute, right? Looks like little chicken feet. Yeah, so I decided I'm gonna reuse stuff that I'm not gonna buy new stuff for it. I'm gonna reuse stuff. You've seen my frames and that kind of stuff. And so, wow, what's going on here? Ignore that. So I'm gonna go to Goodwill and I'm gonna get some pots. Well, I didn't find any pots. Well, then I was walking through it and I saw coffee cups and I thought, well, that works. If I need to put a drain hole in, Dale can drill a drain hole for me. So I'll just look at. I mean, I had to buy that one, right? Because look at, right? They go together. Look at that, right? Well, so I got him a cup, and I'm like, yay, I got a cup. And I may have like bought a whole bunch more because they were in my colors. That's my purple, and this goes good with that purple. And I had to get that one because it matched that one. And so I got those, and I may have got, I may have, well, see, this one said that I had to buy it because it fit this succulent, right? And I have cats. Have you met Benny? And so I bought that one. Yeah. And then I thought, well, I need some cute little flatter pots. And so I bought that pot, and I have more. I actually bought more. I just didn't bring them all over here. And then, of course, I had to get this because the pearls need to come out of the antique vase, right? So I'm going to have the pearls coming out with maybe a pot up here. And that may have happened. So I am now a succulent mama of 5,000. And then I found out that all I got to do is like pluck their little leaves off and stick them in dirt and I get more. I'm going to redo that entire corner over there with grow lights and pretty shelving and all this because that made me do it. Anybody else? I mean, that's how I was with floss and fabric and stuff when I found cross stitch, and now look at this. Luckily, these don't require time in between every day, and so they should be a little more easy to handle. And then while I was at Goodwill, I found this. So I'm going to figure out how to fake flower that because I have some flicker flame candles that go in it. And then this may have come home, and I'm going to figure out how to decorate it too. And it has nothing to do with cross stitching or anything. I just thought they were pretty. So that may have happened. And if you think my husband doesn't know what's going on, guess who was with me? That's right. So yeah, there's no hiding. There's no hiding. I have a really tiny house anyways. There's no hiding nothing. So that may have happened for that hobby. Oh, so that's my succulent adventure. And then I suppose you'd like to know about the elephant in the room. Okay. When I got into being whole food plant-based, oh, I know. Leave me comments about succulents. And if you want an extra entry in the giveaway, leave me some kind of plant emoji. It can be, I don't know what they've got. So some kind of plant emoji, something to do with plants. It could be a vegetable. It could be a plant. It could, I don't know what they offer, but some kind of plant emoji, and I'll throw you in for an extra entry. And I will say that about once a month, somebody who's left me left me an emoji has been a winner. So that's kind of cool. Anyways, when I got into whole food plant-based, kind of like cross-stitching and now succulents, I didn't dabble. I didn't stick a toe in. I gutted my house and I refooded everything. I bought pantries, I bought appliances, I bought knives, I bought bread machines, and you don't need all of that. But when I was like, let's do it, because I'm an all-in kind of person. And that included growing my own food because I don't know, I can do it better. I live in Montana. We have a very short growing season here. And I thought, surely I can grow something over the winter. And so I started out with microgreens in little mushroom containers, you know, those plastic mushroom containers that you get. And I just had a couple of them. I'm like, that's cute. And then I bought a shelving unit so that I could put one grow light on it. And then I had 5 grow lights, and then I had 2 more shelves, and then pretty soon I had 8 shelves and 20 grow lights. And I gutted my storage, my spare bedroom, to turn it into a plant room. I'll leave a photo. It doesn't look like this right now, but this is what happened. And so are you having fun? Yeah. All right. So yeah, I'm an all-in kind of person. Anyways, now it's springtime, so everything's moved out. So even if I wanted to show you the plethora of stuff we have growing, they're all outside. And if you want to, you guys got to let me know what you think. If you're still here, I'm assuming you're interested in this. So if separate videos on the gardening and the succulents are of interest to somebody, let me know and I'll break them out and we'll have plant tube or something instead of Flosstube. But mostly I'm just kind of sharing what my daily life looks like. So I decided I could grow microgreens, and that's where we started. And so I will show you what, now we're up to full trays of microgreens. And these just got started a couple days ago, and as you can tell, they're ready to eat. And I don't know about where you are, but little tiny packets of microgreens. These are 5x5 packs, and I spend a lot of money on cheap trays, containers, stuff like that. And if you go bigger than just a couple, I recommend spending just a few more dollars and buying heavy duty stuff that you can reuse over and over again. And I have a whole bunch of information on it. Learn from my experience, don't piss off your money. But these are 5x5 trays. There are 8 different, there's pak choi, kale, cabbage, kohlrabi, radish, cabbage, broccoli. I don't know what else he planted. Joshua usually handles the planted. But we do them in 5x5 packs in 20x10 trays. And so we can have a variety all the time. And I forgot where I was going with that. But anyways, the little packets you get at the grocery store, at least here, they run $7 to $10 for this little tiny microscopic thing that comes with maybe a biodegradable mat in the bottom, but definitely not a biodegradable packaging, plastic packaging that it comes in. And I try not to do plastic if I can possibly avoid it. I'm not professional at it. I'm not great at it, but it just seems needless. But like, I can buy thousands of seeds and reuse my own containers. I use potting mix instead of the little cute mats that you can buy and stuff, because I throw the cutoffs into the garden so that I can, you know, it just adds to the garden mix. And it's very inexpensive to grow your own. At one time I had it figured out, but it's my 5x5s run like less than about $1 for a 5x5 tray, about $1.50 for that, whereas you're usually paying, at least here locally, $7 to $12 for a very small pack, a couple of ounces of it. So those are standard with us now. You can grow them in your window. You don't need grow lights. Pak choi, tatsoi, kales, those are very easy. Cabbages, they will grow anywhere. And so if you want to get into microgreens, that's where I would recommend starting. I have a ton of information about it. We do a lot with it. So I'm just for us. I don't sell it or anything. But so if you'd like more information about that, leave me more message on there, or check out Living Whole Food Plant-Based on Facebook. And if you go to photos and albums, check indoor or microgreens, and all of the information we have about microgreens is growing in there. And then we also, a lot of greens are like spinach, whereas if you plant them in the garden, you get one harvest off of them before they bolt, because they don't like to do heat and stuff like that. Although if you like to grow spinach, I recommend auroch instead of spinach, because it doesn't bolt and you get a ton off of it. But I can go on and on about that too. But anyways, in the winter time, especially here, I grow lots and lots of greens because it's really hard to get good greens here. And my favorite to grow are pak choi, red and green tatsoi, because they just love being in the house under lights. They're easy to care for. You can pluck them like kale, meaning that you pluck the bigger leaves and it just keeps growing and growing and growing, and you just keep plucking the leaves off and it keeps growing. And so one planting of seeds gives us months of greens over the winter. But for some reason, Joshua planted some more this year, or for spring, and so I have to harvest off these. But this is one of my trays of pak choi that we usually keep going throughout the year. The big one in the front, if I can get it, is pak choi. That red one is red tatsoi, and that green one right there is green tatsoi. And again, like everything else, I have everything on my Living Whole Food Plant-Based Facebook page, and it's in the photos under gardening, but indoor gardening. But I'll show you. Need waterproof here. Like this is just one of the pak choi. These are probably 3 weeks old, not quite 3 weeks old. And I just will pull these bigger. Ooh, it doesn't like that. I will just cut these bigger leaves off and throw them in dinner, salads, everything. They go in everything. And so you could grow it like that on your windowsill. These are very easy to grow. I gave away a bunch of them at my last plant-based meeting, meetup, and I've been trying to get that going, and it's a work in progress. I don't know why people are quite so stubborn about changing their lives. They don't like to be sick. They don't like their loved ones dying. They don't want to die. They don't want to be in pain. They don't want to be obese, but they don't want to change what they eat. So I don't know what to do with that. Yeah, another guy at work just passed away from a heart attack, and he's not much older than Dale, and it just seems so needless. But anyways, this is about plants. Anyways, part of our growing of the food, that's what got us growing food on the indoor things. And the lights are really inexpensive. If anybody's worried about, you don't have to have grow lights. Don't spend $500 on a grow light. My best lights are shop lights from Lowe's with fluorescent. You have to use a particular looms of bulbs. They're just regular light bulbs. And this is one of my okra. Outside, I cannot grow okra here in Montana. It doesn't like it here. It does not like it here. But indoor, I can grow it. And normally okra is like 6 feet tall or so. These are dwarf okra. I have 3 of these. That's all I can fit in general. Usually is 3 of them. But I get a basket of okra once a week off of the 3 plants, and they're great. And as you can tell, I need, well, here's one blooming. This is what it looks like when it's blooming. And it's like having a tropical plant in Montana. And Montana is not tropical on any level. Although we're in the 80s already. That's weird. This one, they just keep growing up, and they'll put new leaves out at the bottom. These are all new leaves, and I just break off the old ones as they kind of just die, and so I just pop them off, and then they just keep growing up and up and up. And I don't know. So you can see that one needs to be harvested right here. The size of them is 5 to 6 inches, because I get a lot of comments. Oh, those are huge. But they're not. That's about the size. He'll get picked today. That's about the size that these grow, and I put them in everything. I put them in chili and stew, in salads, in you name it. I throw okra in anything, because it's. And then we all go through and hunt through and pick all the little pieces out. But I don't know if you can tell. I'll bring it. Let's see if I can bring it closer without dumping it on the floor. Okay, so yeah, it's a little hard to see, but you can see. Boy, on the camera it looks ginormous. It's only about that long. Anyways, I've got there's this bloom just dropped. There's a bloom coming there. This bloom right here is just about to drop, and they just come off just like that. And so I'll have another okra there, and then I have don't come off the still, another baby little baby okra right there, and then there's a whole bunch of blooms and stuff that are coming all up here. And so they do like to be underneath the grow lights, but they are not real picky about how much grow lights they get. I usually just grow them under our fluorescents. They just sit on a wire shelf that I have under lights, and I've been harvesting. You can tell where I started harvesting about here. And so all of this we've been picking okra off of it. And, I don't know how long they'll last. I've grown them several times, and I usually get just tired of them and chuck them. But this year I'm just throwing them outside for the summer and letting them do their thing. And we'll see how long they last. It's kind of an adventure in gardening. But they don't grow here outside. They're doing really good because they're sitting on my front porch, which is really hot. And they get a lot of water. So they do really good there. But they don't do well out in the yard or anything. But I don't really care, because I like them close to the house anyways. And because look at that bloom. Isn't it beautiful? Have you ever seen an okra plant before? That's an okra plant. Only they're usually like 6 feet tall. But yeah, I have a bunch of information on that. I've grown tomatoes in the house. I've grown cucumbers in the house. I've grown zucchini, all kinds of zucchini in the house. I have grown everything in the house that I've tried it all. Some things did really well, some things don't. Some you just have to figure out which seeds to use. But it has been a heck of an adventure it never stops amazing me that I can grow my own food. And not only am I growing my own food, it's food that is helping me stay healthy, my husband, my son stay healthy. And it really has power, and it really is not punishing. And I really, you hear of tragedies like the guy that passed away not too long ago at work. And it breaks your heart when you know there's a different way that's not suffering, that's a lot of food. We eat a lot of food, and it's all kinds of food, lasagnas and tacos and pizzas and burgers and hot dogs and all this kind of stuff. None of it's all made of plants. I don't eat a lot of vegan food, fake foods. I'm not really into that. And I always tell people you have nothing to lose by making your steak a little bit smaller and adding just a little more plants to your plate. And when I think in general, people just don't really understand what that means. And it doesn't mean salad. There's quinoa. There is, farro, there's rice, there's grains, there's beans, there's salad. I rarely have just a lettuce salad anymore. In fact, I don't eat a lot of lettuce in general anymore. But you can, if that's the only, I mean, you just start, and you just start small, and it builds up. And if you're sick on eating this big plate of animal laden, highly processed foods, you're going to not be as sick if you just shove that off a little bit and put some more plants on there. And that could be simply a macaroni salad or a potato salad, or, you know, there's so many things. There's just so many. We've been doing this for 7 years. My husband is 8 years older than I am. I'm 51. He's pushing 60. He'll be 59 this year. And, everybody that's his age around him is on some kind of medication. They've had some kind of stent, or they've had diabetes, or they've had all of these things, you know, and most doctors tell you, well, that's what happens when you grow old. He's 59. He will be 59. He has no longer any chronic illnesses. None of us do. My son is not overweight like we were at 20. My husband was morbidly obese, and I was morbidly obese at 22. My son isn't. He knows how to cook. He knows how to do all of that stuff. My husband's no longer on any medications. He was on 3. He was headed to 4. He was diagnosed with prediabetes. He had high blood pressure, high cholesterol. He had all of these things wrong with him. And the doctor's solution was, well, that's what happens when you grow old. If you can, why don't you lose a little bit of weight? You know, but you can't. It doesn't do you any good. Skinny people die all the time. The last 2 people that passed away at work were 105 pounds wet. I mean, these guys were tiny, and yeah, heart attack, 60, in their 60s, late 50s and 60s, off, done. So it's not, weight won't make you healthy, There's a new shot out that's for diabetics that, you know, will help you lose weight, that everybody's using now. And it doesn't fix the problems. It's your weight loss. Your weight is a symptom, not a disease. It's part of the problem. And just because you lose that weight does not mean that you are not still eating cholesterol. The only outside source of cholesterol that you can ingest, it comes from animal products. You already make enough cholesterol yourself. You don't need more. There's no cholesterol in plants. And no shot is going to stop your heart's cholesterol building. It doesn't work that way. And so I'm terrified of this shot that has come out. It's heartbreaking to me. I think it would be helpful if it's used for what it was. No, because it's supposed to be for type 2 diabetes. And I mean, I cannot tell you how many people I know with type 2 diabetes that no longer has well, they always will have it, but they no longer have to take medication and insulin and all of this kind of stuff because they simply changed what they ate. And within days, a lot of the time, they were no longer on insulin. It's the food that you eat that's making you sick. It'll be the food that you eat that makes you well, or that you stop eating that stops making you sick. But that's my tangent. And it's always heartbreaking for me that it doesn't seem like people want to just give it a try. I mean, you'll do Weight Watchers, you'll do Slim Fast, you'll do Cabbage Diet, you'll take medications, you'll go to doctor's appointments that are very expensive, you'll pay for medications that are very expensive. What are you going to do when you retire and you have to pay cash? Or you have to pay bigger insurances and all this stuff, or you have an opportunity to not have to put all that money into that. You can take a trip instead. So I don't understand it, but I would love to have people go, well, I don't want to give up all of these things, but I'm willing to hear you out and I'm willing to try it, because I honestly believe that your entire life will change when you're no longer sick. And you just simply have to change what you eat. That's it. If medicine made you well, depending on what it's for, there's no money in healthy people. So it's not prudent for the healthcare system to cure you. If there was, they would tell you about plant-based eating. But anyways, that is my adventures into microgreens and succulents. And if you want to know more, please leave me a comment down below. Again, if you want an extra vote in the giveaway for the cross stitching, leave me an emoji for a plant, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for being here. I had an absolute blast doing this today, and now I have to go finish planting the rest of my garden because it rained yesterday and now it's mud, and of course I have to do it in the mud. So I am off to go do that, and I will see you in the next video, and bye!